Hi, I'm Erica. Welcome to my channel. Do all the YouTube stuff down below and let's get going. So today, if you can't tell, we are going to be doing a look for St. Patrick's Day. It's going to be super simple, super easy, and hopefully you guys like it. So let's get going. First, we are going to start with the eyes. I've got everything else done. I've got my brows done. I've got all my makeup on. The only thing we're going to do to create this look today, that is going to be the eyes and the highlighter. So first, we are going to get out my Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and we are just going to go in with this neon green shade here. We're going to take that on a round brush, and we're just going to go right onto the occipital orbit. Now obviously this is going to be a bit of a bold look, but this is for St. Patrick's Day, so if you are headed to any parades or headed out to the bar for the evening, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm not a big St. Patrick's Day person, to be honest. I never really got into the whole drinking thing. I didn't even really start like drinking until I was in like my mid-20s. I just never understood it. I never, understood, the fun of going out and getting so drunk that you couldn't even talk the next day. And I just didn't like the taste of alcohol. So, I would try stuff here and there, and I never enjoyed it. Champagne was the closest thing that I could, like finish. And then, like in my mid-20s, I found out about lambics, which are beers, but they're brewed with fruit instead of like hops and barley. And so they're kind of like a wine, but they're not dry or like have that, kind of wine taste to them. They were kind of just like drinking like fruit juice. They're really amazing. So I really got into those. And then slowly I developed a taste for wine, but still, some like reds, like I put them in my mouth and I'm just like, I think some of you know exactly what I mean. I do like whites, but I prefer Moscato, so I'm just a fruity person. I just like fruity beer and wine. So that is all blended out. If this is your first time to my channel, I am really OCD about my blending, and I don't edit it because I want you guys to get a real feel for these products that I'm using, how much work and effort it actually takes to make them work. Because, if you're watching a video and somebody's like, oh, I love this palette, but you didn't see that it took them 20 minutes to blend it out, like, what good is that to you? I mean, yeah, I love this palette, but it takes a little bit of work to get it to work. So, next, we are going to go in with the NYX Glitter Brilliance. I absolutely love these. These are amazing. I have them in just about every single color, but today we're just going to take the gold and just pop that right onto the lid. And we're going to take the NYX Glitter Glue and just rub that right onto the lid. I'm just going to try to be as precise as you can with this, so that you don't end up with glitter where you don't want it. Although for this look, I think that's pretty okay. But, so back to my drinking stories. When I was 25 or so, that sounds about right. My husband and I finally decided to get married, but we were still living at my mom's house because we were both still in school and we just couldn't afford to live on our own. But we had been together at that point for nearly 10 years. We were high school sweethearts. And we're like, well, you know, we need to do something. We need to get out of here. We need to get married. We want to get married, but we're like, we're not going to get married and live in my mother's house. It's just not going to happen. So we got together with a friend of ours, and we decided that we were going to get an apartment together, the three of us. Because we just didn't have a problem being married and living with someone, just not my mom. So the three of us got this apartment together, and honestly, it was like the best year of my life. I mean, I love my daughter, and but kids are exhausting. You know, I love her to death, and I would never trade anything in the world for her. And, you know, she makes every day fun. But this year of our lives, when we were in college and just worry-free and getting married, it was awesome. But that's also the year that I really started getting into alcohol. Still not heavily. There's only been one time in my life where I could say that I was just so drunk that I could not function. And that was around that time. And it was actually not even my fault I got that drunk. It was one of my professor's faults. I got my degree in political science, and I have a minor in history. But it was the year of the presidential election of 12. So my professor assigned that we were to watch the RNC that night on TV. And I was like, oh, okay, you know. But, you know, living with two guys who don't really like politics very much, I'm like, they're not going to want to do this. So I found the RNC drinking game, and I went out and bought a bottle of gin because my husband doesn't like vodka. And I figured, you know, I'll mix up some drinks and say it's a drinking game, and they'll be totally in for it. So, okay, we got the glitter done, as you can see. And now we're just going to go back in with a transition shade in the crease, and we will be done with the eyes. Well, not quite done, but you know what I mean. So I went out and I got the gin, and my husband's like, well, you know, let's go get a few more mixers. So he went out and he got a couple more, and I'm gonna go back in with the Back to Brazil palette, and I'm gonna go in with just this dark goldy color down here in the corner. So he went out and got a few mixers, and then our roommate came home, and he's like, oh yeah, totally, you know, he was into the whole idea. So he went out and he got a few more things. So we just had this fully stocked bar. And my professor told us that Mitt Romney was going to be talking at like 7, 8 o'clock at night. I don't remember the exact time. But all I remember is that she was very wrong about the start time. So we sat down and started this RNC drinking game at like 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. And Mitt Romney didn't go on till 10 o'clock at night. And the one thing that I don't remember saying, but it's still rubbed in my face to this day, is that I was holding onto the couch, and and my husband said, what are you doing? And I'm like, if I let go of the couch, I'll fall off. But yeah, that was the only time in my life that I have ever been like stinking drunk. And I woke up the next morning, and my house was just filled with these empty containers, and it looked like a rainbow exploded because we had grenadine, we had blue curacao, we had Midori, so you know, reds, blues, greens, and then we mixed them all into purples. I remember my husband, you know, he's really into Pokemon, and he got a bunch of mixers for recipes for different shots named after Pokemon. So we had our drinks that night, and it was fun, but I have never drank like that ever again in my life, and I never plan to. Alright, so eyes are done. And we're just gonna blend this a little just to even out the edges, and then I just want to go in one more time with my round brush in that green color just to bring it out a little bit more and make it re-pop. Okay. Alright, so next we're going to take a green liner, and I've got the NYX Tropical Green, And we're just going to plop that on the under, just in the corner. And the nice thing about these is that they're actually so soft you can take them right over the glitter and it really doesn't fuss with it too much. And then we're going to take my little smudge brush and we're going to go in with the we use this one for the occipital, and this one we're going to use for the lower lash line. Need my mirror. And we're going to smudge that right in to the liner to set it and give it a bit of a smoke. There we go. And then we're going to take that same and we're going to take that on the outer part of the eye, right into the inner corner, just to kind of tie that together. Alright, and I've actually never even been to a St. Patrick's Day parade, and I live in Chicago. And if you know anything about Chicago, you know that our St. Patrick's Day parade is kind of like a big deal. They dye the river green, and you know, Chicago is an Irish city. So, but I just, yeah, I'm not a big fan of crowds and being surrounded by drunks, which is exactly what that is. So I've never even been to the St. Patrick's Day parade. So, but I do love corned beef and cabbage. I will get that going in my crock pot in the morning and I will be set for the evening. So let's curl the eyelashes and put on mascara, and then we will move on to the highlight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And today I think I'm going to go in with the Scandalize Retro Glam. I think we're reaching a shelf life on this, so I just want to use up as much as I can. But this is a waterproof mascara and I bought it last summer. You know, for like trips to the beach or the water park or just hanging out by the pool. Because just because you're gonna be getting wet doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to look good. Okay. And if you're so inclined, you can absolutely pop on a set of false lashes, but I'm just not in the mood today. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next step, and that is the highlight. So we have got some stickers from Party City, and what we're going to do is we're going to just place one sticker on each of our cheeks. And then we're done. Yeah, no. Okay. I mean, you can if you want to, absolutely. But we are going to go in with our rainbow highlighter. This one from Ulta, I really actually enjoy, and I actually do occasionally wear this, like if I'm, you know, kind of in a more playful mood or if I'm going to the beach or something. What's great about this one is that it's a rainbow without being a rainbow. Like there's no orange, it's, you know, a gold, there's no red, it's a pink. And then I've worn blue highlighters, I've worn purple highlighters, so, but you just get this really gorgeous kind of prism color with it. And so I'm going to take this nice big fluffy kabuki brush from e.l.f. to make sure that I get all the colors in there. And we're just going to swipe this down our face, and we're going to put the red on the outside and the purple towards the back. Just to create kind of more of a natural-ish look, I guess you could say. I'm going to do the other same thing on the other side. And I got this idea for like the negative space from Jessica Lange and her Valentine's Day video. And I actually tried it out for Valentine's Day with the hearts. And I have that photo up on Instagram. And pull, and there we go. So let me zoom you in so you can get a look at what I've created here. And like I said, you know, you can kind of see the rainbow, but it's really kind of subtle and natural. I guess as natural as you get with a rainbow highlight. Don't fall down, don't fall down. Okay. So then the only thing left to do is throw on some lipstick. I suggest anything that is going to be long lasting. Today I'm using the Liquid Catsuit and Berry Recognize. That way when you're switching up glasses all night, you're not leaving marks. And after so many drinks, every time you kiss somebody with a Kiss Me I'm Irish shirt on, they're not going home to an angry girlfriend. So that is it. If I was that type of person, I'd be ready to head out to the parade, to the bar, what have you. But let's be honest, Saturday night this year for St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to be sitting at home with my corned beef and my daughter and maybe a glass of wine. So that's all I got for you today. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.